If you just We interrupt your regularly scheduled tutorial for this breaking news. Make a frickin' exclusion for the ARMGDDN Browser folder for fuck's sake, and also exclude your games folder and download directory. As always, do not shut it off, that's useless and unsafe, and when it turns back on, your antivirus will eat whatever you tried to sneak through anyways. Also make sure you are excluding the entire folder and not just the executables. If you are using an antivirus that doesn't allow this, consider nuking it and using Windows Defender instead. If you are worried about excluding folders for some piracy group, that's understandable, but you can find us in every mega thread as a safe source. This includes CSRNRU and our piracy and our pirated games and the Champagne list and free media heck yeah. So exclude these folders without fear. If you just joined our Telegram, you will see a button that you can download the browser with. But not everyone is going to be just joining, so you can also get the download by typing /download. The download command looks different for admin or users, so don't worry if yours looks different. We also change things up quite often. Click on the download here button and that will bring you to the download channel. It explains exactly what to do. Right-click and choose Save Ads to choose where on your PC it will go. For this tutorial, I'll be using my D root. There is even a non-Telegram link to my GitHub. It's the same file you can get through Telegram. These tutorials will likely be replaced by the one I am making right now, so don't worry if it looks differently. Just right-click and choose Save Ads and choose the location you want to save it to. After that, you can just navigate to the setup zip and right-click on it. Choose Extract here. This will create an ARMGDDN Browser folder in the same location you unzipped it to. Click on this to enter the folder. Not everyone has extensions turned on, so make sure you are launching the right file. Many people will want to click the executable. This is not made to be ran. Pick the batch file or BAT, it will look like this usually. But this part is very important. Do not unzip this stuff to anything in your user directory. This means no desktop, no documents, no downloads folder, no program no files, Steam folder, no OneDrive. And absolutely no folders that have exclamation points anywhere in the path. Don't worry, this next part takes 30 solid seconds to download. Be patient. But instead of using exclamation points, if you are trying to get the file to be at the top of the list, use an underscore. It works just as well but doesn't mess up scripts. Once the BAT finishes downloading what it needs to download, it will automatically unzip the files you want and delete others. The BAT then tells you exactly what to do. You need to launch the ARMGDDN Browser .command file or the desktop shortcut, or the browser will remain blank. But even if you miss that step somehow, the browser even tells you what to do. Use the update BAT or the browser will stay blank forever. So right now I'll just click on the desktop shortcut to update the config and get all the mirrors. Sometimes the browser needs updating again, but if you use the desktop shortcut or ARMGDDN Browser command every time, you won't need to worry, as it will always check. Now pick a remote. The PC remotes are mirrors of each other in case of quota, and same thing with the PC VR ones. The rest have no mirrors. Now there is really no native search, but there's a few ways to search anyways. If you type B, E, A, and T, it will bring you to Beat Saber and so on, but you have to type fast or it will take the next letter as the first letter. You can also go all the way to the bottom of the remote and download this JSON file. Then open it up with a text editor. You can then search for a keyword like adult or off me. There's another way too. It involves exporting all the info to a text file. This isn't used as much, since we wrote the script that made the JSON, but still doable. Then find the exported text file, open it in a text editor, and search the same way you would with the JSON file. Now pick a game to download. For this example, we will use Half-Life Alyx. You want to download the whole folder. You need all the zip pieces to extract anything. The file with no extension is just for our script, but it doesn't hurt anything to download it. So just right-click and choose Download. On this page you shouldn't change anything but the download location. Everything else is set to the best settings and shouldn't be changed. On this next page you can change checkers, or transfers, or bandwidth limit, but everything else should be left alone. The other tabs likewise shouldn't be touched. On this first page again you can change the download location. Like I said, it defaults to C downloads. Note, this is not the same as your download folder in Users. And you want to use only Run. If you use Dry Run, or Auto Name Task, or Add to Queue, it won't even start the download. To track the download's progress, go to the Jobs tab. See how it says 0%? This is a bug. To see the real stats, press the little button to the left. You can see everything you need to see now on this page. And you can click Show Output to show even more info. The browser should basically saturate your download speed. See? I'm downloading at 105 megabytes per second, which is very close to the max for a 1 gig connection. You can see how many files it's downloading, the ETA, and how fast each file is downloading, not just the full speed of all of them combined. And while it's not recommended to go in the folder and mess about while it's downloading, I'm going to here, to show you that it adds a weird ending for files while they are downloading. This is normal and should rename quickly once the file is done downloading. However, if the file finishes and either doesn't move to the next file or doesn't rename itself to its original name, you may have to add in place to your download options. This can help on some PC setups. Another thing that could help is changing your DNS to Google or Cloudflare. One or both of these should fix the issue, but as you can see, the file should rename and move to the next file basically instantly upon finishing. Once everything is done downloading and named correctly, just pick the first zip piece. All the pieces make one zip and need to be complete and near each other to allow extraction. I have the remote mounted. We do not allow users to do this, but I can show you what's inside while the download finishes. All the files inside are needed to install. This is an older setup. Newer repacks have an AG repack installer executable with no DLL and a bin file. They need to be extracted and near each other to install properly, otherwise, you will get weird issues and the game will not install properly. That's it. Then just use the desktop shortcut to launch your game.